Hello, Quilt Artisans. My name is Shonda, and welcome to my channel Under the Needle. So I'm here with an unboxing. I've got the Open Gate Quilt subscription box for the month of September. So I want to go ahead and open that. Pretty excited. Um, so as y'all can tell, I'm home. I made it home last night. If y'all missed my my videos, um, I was traveling for work, and I was supposed to fly out Wednesday, and I was supposed to get home to my home airport, which is about, depending on traffic, a 40-minute ride. If there's no traffic, about a 40-minute ride from my house. I was supposed to get back at 7:10 p.m. on Thursday. But after several flight delays and countless hours sitting in the airport, and having to go out of my way in order to get home, I finally got my flight landed yesterday at 11:10 p.m. So by the time all was said and done and I got home, it was a little after midnight. So it was a very long. It doesn't even feel like, because it was 3 days, but it feels like a week. It feels like it was so much longer, because it was just a lot happened in a short time. I don't know if you guys can hear my buddy. That I got a cricket in here. There's always crickets in here. They just get in here. So I'm sure you can hear them chirping. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open this. I did want to update. So I did finally finish one of the projects from, I believe this was in the May box. Was it May? No, June. I think it was the June box. We had gotten a panel, and I finally got mine made. I finally got it quilted and bound. I bound it with the same fabric that, well, that's how it's supposed to be anyway, but I like that we were binding it with the same, because I thought about just using like a navy, just to kind of give it that darker border, but I really just kind of liked having that seamless connection between the border and the binding. But I finally got it done. I mean, it was super simple. I just did some straight line quilting. This is not going to be something that gets washed a lot. So, I mean, I just kept it to a minimum. I kept all the quilting to a minimum. This backing here I chose. This is a piece of fabric I bought at Joann's in like probably, I don't know, 2017 maybe. So it's just kind of been sitting around. I feel like I might have used it for something else as well, but I just had some left over. I think I still might have some left over. So I like that this is finished. I like that I can use this for something that I can throw on my table, or this can be some kind of wall hanging. I can put this in a bathroom. So I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put it yet, but I did finally get it done. Quick learning lesson. I don't get to sew a lot in July and August. It's just, and so I think, just kind of knowing that now, I can kind of prepare my projects a little better, just knowing, and also I can kind of set better expectations for what I can or can't get done, just knowing how busy things get for me in the summer. So it's pretty much once we get to the end of June, I start going into party mode and prep mode, and I just don't have time. And then it's summer, and so we're doing a lot more on nights because the days are longer. We're doing a lot more on weekends, little family trips or vacations here or there. We're just more active. There's just more cookouts and barbecues, although those are the same thing. Just more get-togethers, gatherings in general. So while I do get some sewing done, and I have gotten some sewing done, I think I'm going to change how I structure my projects next year. But onto this box. Okay. Of course, I didn't put my little cutter thing back where it goes, so it's not there. So I'm going to use this scissor. I just used it today. There it goes. Oh, no, that's not it. But I did just use it today. Oh, here it is. It was hiding. Okay. I have got to get me another one of these. The only thing I wish is that mine doesn't, it doesn't always stay. Like the tip doesn't always stay out sometimes. So like when I'm using it, I have to hold it. Like I have to physically keep my finger on this button because if I don't, as soon as I go to cut something, it'll just draw back in. But okay, and this is what it looks like on the inside. Okay, I will put the link to the box and all of the pricing information down in the description. But the way this box works is that every month we get a larger project, we get a smaller project, and then add-ons. So there's always going to be thread, and that thread is generally going to match your project. I'm saying generally, but mine has matched the project 100% of the time. And then there could be various notions or tools or a pattern or something like that to kind of round everything out. And usually if there are certain accessories or specific notions that you need for the project, then she'll put them in the box. Okay, so we have a tumbler table runner. I swear. Okay, so it's not the first time that I've had something in my brain and then got a box that corresponded with it. So that's kind of neat. I've been wanting to do a tumbler quilt for a while, and so I just did mine. Let me show you guys. I got my tumbler quilt done. It needs a good washing because that minky fur got everywhere. But this is the back of the quilt. I love this minky. And then you guys have seen the front of the quilt. And I just did straight line quilting on this as well because I don't have a lot of time to sew in the summer. And also, that's all I'm doing for minky anyway. I'm not spending a lot of time on minky. It's just harder. It's just the weight of it and the drape of it. It's just cumbersome to try to do free motion quilting. At least it is for me. So I had tumbler quilt on the brain, so I've made one. Once I wash it, this can go on the couch. I did this, well, I'll talk about this blanket another time. Let's get to this box because it's late and I would like to go to bed soon. It's 10:15. Okay, so we have a tumbler table runner. So these are our fabrics. These are Joyful Gathering fabric by Moda. And this is what it looks like. I love it. So this is kind of like, it's Christmas friendly, but it's not Christmas fabric, which I like. I don't mind red and white. I don't do a whole lot of Christmas, but I do really like this fabric, especially this red main print. I like this. And like I said, I like that this is Christmas friendly. For me, this would be Christmas only though for me. If I were to make this, I would probably gift this to my mom or my grandmother. Because for me, do I even have any red Christmas? No, I think, there might be the random red thing, but for me, most of my Christmas stuff is like blue, white, silver, turquoise, teal, blues, whites, and silvers is kind of the theme that I go with. I don't think it is a coincidence that happens to match my house now. That wasn't the thought when we painted everything blue. We weren't really thinking about that. But there's quite a bit of fabric in here. And of course, since we're doing the tumbler, I told you if there's a tool or notion that you need in order to make the project, it's going to be in the box. And of course, it's in the box. Now, I'm actually pretty happy to have this, right? Because the tumbler template that we got in the Fat Quarter Shop, the So Sampler box, it was not a 5-inch tumbler. It was not really charm pack. I mean, you could use it with a charm pack, but you would have a little bit more waste. It was smaller. It was maybe 4 inches, if I had to guess. Let's see if it's down here. I don't even know where it is right now. But that's how I knew I would never make the project, because it wasn't a standard 5-inch. Because I knew if I made it, I would make it with different fabric, and I would use a charm pack, and I would want to use a template that corresponded with that. And I believe this does. So I am going to measure, because it says 5-inch tumbler. So I'm just gonna, just because I'm curious. Yeah, this would fit perfectly on a charm pack. Yeah, this might get made. I might end up making this. I'll probably use different fabrics, but I'm probably gonna make this because it's small. It's small, and yeah, because then I'll kind of have like a small tumbler piece that'll be kind of like in the kitchen, and then I'll have the large tumbler quilt kind of in the living room, just to kind of like bring things together, I guess. I don't know. So that's our large project. And then we have the thread, and of course, we matching. And then our smaller project, I've been over the moon with the small projects. I've done so many of them. I think I did 2 of the larger projects this year, and a couple of the smaller ones. I know I did the Valentine's Day mug rug. I did that small project, and I know I did something else. I don't know. I can't do all of them. Of course, I can't get to all of them, but I've been really liking the small ones, and I don't think this one's any exception, because we have a tote bag. Okay, so this says, I love fall storage box. So it includes fabric. The fabric line is Harvest Wishes by Moda, and of course we have our fusible fleece in here. So this project we have a rectangle. We have 3 rectangles of varying sizes for the outside and the lining. And then we have a rectangle of fusible fleece. And this looks like this goes together pretty quickly. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna, I'm probably gonna make this. I'm not sure when though. I'm not sure when. So this is our fabric. I love this blue fabric right here. I love that. Because I am going away next weekend for my birthday. So I'm going to be gone for the weekend. So that's no sewing. And like I said, now I work a lot more. So I just don't have as much time before work or after work to sew, or to take my break and sew. So I'm going to do what I can. Get as much done as I can. So we'll see. But I want to make this. I definitely want to make this. And then of course we have our bonus fat quarter. This is from Forest Frolic by Moda. So we have 3 different fabric lines. I like this brown. pretty. I love the, I don't know, I guess I just like the different tones of the browns. And then bringing in that, the different tones of orange. And then when they bring in the red, they also bring in a little bit more orange. So I just like the different tones in here. I also like that even though this is dark in color, it's not washed out. This is nice. All right, so let me do a quick recap so I can go to bed. All right, so for our large project, we have the tumbler table runner, which looks like this, which I'm probably going to make in different fabric. And we've got our 5-inch tumbler, which I am super happy to have. One of the things I like about this is that this has the cutoffs here on the side. The one I have from Missouri Star, it's flat at the bottom, so it's a little bit more of a learning curve when you're matching up your tumblers and sewing them together into a row. There's a little bit more of a learning curve to that. I think that when they cut that angle, I think it makes it easier to put the project together. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. I don't know when it's going to be. I'm not going to lie to you guys, because y'all know I have other projects that I'm working on. I've got like 3 that have been basically on pause since June. That, I mean, realistically speaking, I probably won't pick back up until October on those projects. So my goal for me will be, between October, November, and December would be to try to get those 3 projects completed. Not necessarily quilted and bound, but at least have those 3 quilt tops completed by the end of the year. I would like that. I would consider that a successful year for me. Yeah, and I do have another quilt that needs to be quilted, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get to it or not. I don't know. Second project, which I am excited to make. This one will get made sooner than the tumbler. But this is this tote bag. No, it's not a tote bag. It's a tote bag. I love fall storage box. Okay. I think this would be cute to like put some yarn in. I think I'd probably put some yarn in this. Or this could be cute like by like the front door. I have to figure out what I'm going to do, where I'm going to put it, or what I'm going to do with it. I guess I'll know once it's constructed. And then, of course, we have our matching thread. The thread matches both projects. And then we have our coordinating fat quarter. So, yeah, this is definitely going to be what I make first. This is definitely going to be what I make first. I'm making this first. I am making it. Yeah, the other project, and I do want to apologize because I think I had shown you guys a quilt that I had started back in 2020. That was one of Monique's patterns called Spinner, and then I realized that it's not commercially, it's not available on her website. I didn't see it up there, so I do apologize for talking about a quilt pattern that you guys can't purchase. But that's this one here. Dropping stuff. That's this one here. So this is the next one that I need to quilt. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. So things are just going to happen based upon how I feel. So if I feel like working on one of my other projects, I might do that. If I feel like sewing up, quilting this quilt, I mean, I know it's going to be heavy because the minky for that quilt is even heavier than this minky. The minky that I used on the tumbler quilt was a very, very thin minky. Very thin. It makes almost, with no batting, it makes like a nice little summer lay on the couch type thing. But the spinner quilt. But I'm honestly considering putting a border on it to make it a little bit bigger because it's 48 by 60 and my cut of Minky is 58 by 72. So I might put a small border on there because I had initially purchased backing fabric when I bought the pattern, and when I bought the fat quarter bundle to make it, I had also purchased the backing fabric. So I have 4 yards of this backing fabric. So I can kind of let it sit for another project one day, but I can also maybe take a yard or two of it and put a border on here to make the quilt a little bit larger. Because 48 by 60 is perfect for me because I'm only 5'1". So completely standing, I'm only 61 inches. So so for me, a 60-inch blanket is long enough because it's going to be here or on my lap or like somewhere in this area, right? So that's a long enough blanket for me. But for normal height people, y'all might need a little bit more. And, you know, since I do have some normal height people in my house, I thought maybe I would be nice and, you know, make the blanket a little bit bigger. So I'm still tossing it around because if not, then it's kind of a waste of Minky, right? Because the Minky that I cut off, I'm not keeping it. So I think I might make the quilt a little larger, add a little border, and you know, waste less Minky. So that is this month's box. I am super excited. You guys already know. I said in an earlier unboxing that I've already signed up for the Advent, the 12 days of Christmas. I know I'm not saying it right. 12 days of quilting Christmas box, I believe is what it is. My glasses are crooked. I need to go to the eye doctor. I need to go to the dentist. I need to go to the doctor. I need to get my life together. Okay, so that is everything, guys. Another great box. I think, I don't know. Something's going to happen with this fabric right here. I don't know what it is, but it's calling me, so I don't know. I don't know. This might get broken up and then put back into my stash in different places. Okay. So, that is this month's box. That is it for me, and I will see you guys next video.